Hello, everybody. This is Alia Jamal, the love coach. We are meeting for another love circle. And today we are talking about shifting limiting beliefs. Now, no matter where we are in our self-development, there would always be a next level of belief that would limit you, that would require shifting for you to go to your next level. So whatever you're going to learn today, it's a very, very basic, but you'll be using it for rest of your life. So first, let's understand what is a limiting belief. Whatever we create in our life, whatever kind of experiences we are having, they come from our thoughts. And our thoughts, they come from our unconscious beliefs. Whatever I believe in, let's say I believe in that people should not lie. So if someone is lying to me, I will be thinking why this person is lying to me. This is wrong. And that is going to create my experience with the other person. And that is how it goes on inside of us. So whatever I believe, that is whatever I am experiencing. So now let's say if I want to have a different experience, that is going to require me shifting my own beliefs. That's why belief work is the foundation of our self-development. Whoever you think you are today, and if you want to be a different version of you, your belief about yourself would have to change. For example, when I start working with my clients, they think they are this person with all these issues. And I help them see who they are beyond that as a soul. And that belief in itself that, oh, I am the soul that is complete at any moment, can start to create shifts around how they see themselves. So that's why it's very important to look at what we believe in the moment and how that could be limiting us. And one of the ways you can see that, if you want to go right, but you always end up left, that means there's a belief problem. Sometimes it's not the strategy problem. Sometimes we say like, maybe meditation doesn't work for me. I need to try something else. Maybe I need to try that. So those are different strategies. Sometimes it's not really the strategy problem. Sometimes we don't even believe we can change. The problem in the foundational level is, I don't think so I can change, but everyone else can. So that belief is going to anchor us down into whoever we are being in that moment. And then we'll stay stuck. We'll stay mad at ourselves. What is wrong with me? Why can everyone else change, but I cannot change? So that's why we do the belief work. Now, first, let's look at where the beliefs come from. It's not that you just, have a stash of beliefs in your fridge and you can always buy new ones. Our beliefs are created through our childhood experiences between 0 to 7. Usually I have a nice board here and I can draw it all out for you. We'll have it in a couple of weeks, but not right now. So I'll just explain it to you in words. When we are little, between 0 to 7, our unconscious mind is the only thing that's active. Our conscious mind is not active. It's not developing yet, or the development is not at a place where it can engage. And we are more of in a hypnotic state during that time of our life. So anything that is happening around us, it goes right into our unconscious mind. We're just absorbing. That's why we all have heard this phrase that kids are like sponges. They just absorb everything. So if I saw somebody, being mistreated, I'm going to believe it's okay to mistreat. That's why kids who do get abused as young kids, they do become abusers as an adult, because unconsciously they believe it's okay to do that to somebody, because that is their belief. All those beliefs that we accumulate between 0 to 7, whether they were told to us, whether they were portrayed in front of us, whether we assumed from what we saw, that that's how it's supposed to be, or that's what's okay. They all become part of a set of beliefs, and the set of beliefs are called paradigm. Now, as an adult, if I want to completely change my life, I need to, what I'm looking for a paradigm shift. I cannot just only work outside. I need to also work inside of me. And it's very important that I work inside of me, because my inside stuff creates the outside stuff. Whatever I believe within me unconsciously, that is what I get to experience outside of me. If I unconscious believe life is hard, oh, you believe it that my life outside of me is going to be very hard. No matter what I do, I go to work, that's going to be hard. My relationships are going to be hard. Everything is going to be hard. Why it is so hard? Well, it's not hard maybe for my sibling, because that is my unconscious belief. Our unconscious beliefs are the tool that change and create shifts. That's why a person could be broke, homeless, and then after a few years, they are maybe a millionaire. What shifted? They shifted their beliefs. That is how powerful and magical it is when we do this work. So whatever we are looking to shift here, it's sitting in our unconscious mind. And the thing about unconscious mind is, after the age of 7, we have conscious mind that kind of guards things from coming in. They still come in, but when we are under the age of 7, there is no guard there. Anything could come in. After the age of 7, now there's conscious mind guarding, checking every information that is coming, and some getting into our unconscious mind. So as an adult, it's not as easy for me to get into my unconscious mind as it was when I was 7 years old. So now, how do we do it? How do we get into our unconscious mind and pull out what needs to be pulled out, or what needs to be shifted, so I can become the version of me that I would like to become, to achieve the things that I want to achieve in my life? One thing that is very important to understand, how unconscious mind gets rewired or reprogrammed. There's 2 ways. One is sudden emotional impact. So let's say if something so emotionally charged happens and it's tied to that belief, my belief can shift right away in a split second, and I can become that different version of me in a split second. So what that could look like going to the doctor. A chain smoker goes to the doctor, and the doctor says, if you don't quit smoking today, you're going to live only 6 months. And somehow, all of a sudden, the person who couldn't quit smoking because it was such a unconscious habit stopped smoking. That is a sudden emotional impact. The same can go for, like, when we have a big cancer diagnosis, or we have something like, diabetes, then all of a sudden we can manage our sugar or the desserts that we are eating. The other way is, I just want to mention this, it can also happen when we are very excited. That's why in some of the, I believe in NLP, one of the technique that is used is peak state, high emotional state. Get to that very high emotional state, and then you say your affirmations, then you declare who you want to be. So that is also part of high emotional impact. Your unconscious mind can change very quickly with that. One of the experience I had, so in Tony Robbins' Unleash Power Within, that program, when I went to that seminar, part of it was firewalk. So when I did the firewalk, in those few seconds, forever, for rest of my life, my new belief became, I can do anything. If I can walk on fire and my feet don't burn, that means I am so powerful that I can do anything. So that was a sudden emotional impact, because I had a less than 30-second experience. Now, the other way we shift it is constant space repetition. So something happens over and over and over and over, and finally, my unconscious mind buys into it. Because our unconscious mind does not know what is imaginary, what is real, what is present, what's past, what's future. Whatever happened in your childhood, to your unconscious mind, it's happening right now. That's why when you try to do something that you really want to do, and maybe you were very afraid to speak up when you were a little kid, so that fear just takes over you. Then we try to use our logical mind, our conscious mind that, oh, I'm not that kid anymore. I am safe, and why I'm still feeling that. Your unconscious mind doesn't know that. And that is how unconscious mind limits us. Because one thing for that part of our unconscious mind is very important is to keep you safe, keep you alive so you can have more kids and then you can die. It's only worried about survival. And what we as humans naturally love to do is thrive. We're not supposed to just survive. We're supposed to thrive. We are creators. We can create life for ourselves. We can create whatever we want. That is who we are in our essence. So then our unconscious mind tried to stop us. But when we do something over and over and over, in the beginning, it's going to be hard. So let's talk about the example to go to the gym. The very first day, you might be excited, you'll go. On the third day, you're like, I don't want to go. But if you push through that, and if you keep going for 30, 60, 90 days, now it becomes an unconscious behavior. You just get up and go. You don't even think about anything. You don't even think about it's too cold, it's too hot, or it's raining. You can just go. Now it has become part of your unconscious belief. It's part of your unconscious mind. It's your unconscious behavior. Because something has shifted within you for that to become your habit. And that is constant space repetition. So when we take a new belief and we repeat it over and over and over, or we do a new action over and over and over, then it becomes part of our unconscious mind. So I'm going to share with you guys the speaking example. Let's say you're very shy in front of other people. You have never done public speaking. And then you go to Toastmaster, and the first time you couldn't even stand there. And then slowly, you started to really engage. You really started to speak. And then after 3 months, you get in front of people, you say whatever you want to say, and you don't even blink. So what has happened from the very first moment to this 3 months version of you who can easily speak in front of people? Constant space repetition. Now your unconscious believes you are a wonderful public speaker. You are not that shy person anymore. That is how we get over the limiting parts of us that are unconsciously just sitting there. So I'm going to share with you a 4-step process. The first thing I want to share with you is whenever you want to find out, is there a limiting belief? Look at what's going on. Have you been working on a goal for a while, but you're not getting at it, or you're not seeing the results that you want? If that is the case, and you know, we are going to be not like magical thinking way out there that I should have lost, 100 pounds in 3 months, or I should have made $1 million in 1 month. We are not looking at those, magical thinking. We are going to be very logical. What is it that you want to achieve? Do you know someone who has done it in that much amount of time? Is it humanly possible to do it? Are you ready to do the work that is required for whatever change you're making? I'm going to take an example of, like, not the weight loss. I have talked about it many, many times. Let's take an example of finding the right partner. Let's say you have been in the dating game forever, and then, every single person it's really good, you hit it off, and then after a few months, it's just like, okay, we are not a match. If you have been in the dating game for a chronic period of time and you're just feeling tired. So let's look at that example. Now, you're saying, like, maybe in next 3 months, you want to meet your that ideal partner. Very doable. Many people have done that. It is definitely something that you can humanly do. Now, if you say, I want to meet that person next week, well, if next week you're just sitting home doing nothing, yes, you can just imagine universe will bring you that person, but still that is going to be more of a magical thinking. So we want to set a goal that is that we can measure, and it is a little bit of logical and not just magical thinking that we are thinking out of frustration. Then we are going to look at what you have done up until now. Okay, maybe you have done all these things and, it never works out. So then you're going to ask yourself, what could be a limiting belief here? Is it my unconscious mind that's sabotaging me? I know we talked about self-sabotage in our, I believe it was a couple of weeks ago or maybe last week. Is it my mind, unconscious mind sabotaging me, and it always sabotages you with a belief? What the belief could be. Sometimes it does require for us to be a little bit more honest and vulnerable with ourselves, because on the surface we can be like, oh, I'm a very confident person. No, I don't think so. There's anything wrong with me. There's just no suitable partners out there. So that could be our surface level response. So really sit down with yourself, get very quiet, become very loving and kind to yourself. Because unconscious mind, think of it like, when you were between 0 to 7, that's a very innocent, kind or compassionate stage of life. We have not learned how to abuse ourselves or judge ourselves or guilt trip ourselves yet, or shame ourselves. So we can get to unconscious mind with a very loving approach. So ask yourself this question: if there could be a belief that is stopping me from finding the right person, what belief could it be? And then just write. You'll see the first half page of your journal. It will be more justifying how there are no good people out there. All of the good ones are taken. But then slowly you'll start getting into like, okay, I have never seen an example of a good relationship, at least in my family. So I think my marriage is going to be like my parents or that person or this person. You would really start to get into the beliefs part of it. I mean, when if I am working with someone, or if I am working with a coach, that's exactly how they probe into trying to get that limiting belief. So let's say the limiting belief says, no one is going to love me, I'm not good enough. It's usually one of, it's some kind of version of that. If let's say that is the belief, it's very important first we find the limiting beliefs. If you don't find the limiting belief, it's almost like you're trying to solve a problem that you don't even know that there is a problem. You're just trying to solve it because somebody told you, hey, I think you need to solve a problem, but you don't even know what the problem is. It's very important you find that very unique version of your limiting belief. For example, in the business world, a lot of the things that we talk about that, if a person is struggling to make money in their business, that means they could have a limiting money belief. General opinion. But if that person never gets down to it. They never really do the probing. They'll never know if that is the problem. It very well could be the problem that they are thinking, if I made more money than my parents, I'll be betraying them. It very well could be that belief could be a problem. Not that they can't have a lot of money. So we are not going to take just generic solution that exist. We want to get unique to us. So whatever you want to shift, find the limiting belief. And once you have found the limiting belief, then we are going to go to step 3. In step 3, you're going to look at what the belief needs to be for you to achieve the goal that you want to achieve. So in this situation, and I'll give you a couple of other examples. So in this situation, the belief has to be, if let's say the limiting belief is there's no good men out there, or there's no good woman out there, the belief has to be this world or this universe is full of wonderful people, loving, kind, generous people, amazing people. If the belief is that I don't think so, I'm beautiful enough that someone would love me, I don't think so, I'm successful enough that someone would love me, shifting it to I am complete. We are going to completely take out that enoughness or worthiness issue. I am complete. When you would just repeat it to yourself, I am complete, you're going to feel full. Energetically, you're going to feel full, and you're not going to feel like a part of you is missing. So it's very important for us to come up with what the belief can be that will create the reality that we want to create. Our reality is very fluid. We can shift it very fast by shifting our unconscious beliefs, especially the ones that limit us. Now, let me give you an example of weight loss. That is another thing that we struggle with a lot. So if, let's say, the limiting belief is everyone else can lose weight but me, then the belief needs to be, I can release this weight. I can and I will. That will be a very good belief to have. I can and I will. Now, once we have this belief, this new belief, then we are going to do constant spaced repetition. We are going to say it out loud, screaming all day long with high emotions, with feeling. And if you can also add visualization with it, how would you look like when you have created this new reality? How would it feel like when you are living happily, so much in love with this person? When you have released that weight, and when your body's feeling slimmer or more flexible, more energetical, when you can fit into your old clothes, how would that feel? Because thought travels very fast into the universe, but feelings travel even faster. Because feelings are a messenger from our soul. So when I am getting higher in my feelings, let's say if I'm feeling very sad, well, my soul is trying to tell me in that moment, you're very far from the center. And I need to dig deeper and work it out and come back to the center. But let's say I'm already in the center and now I'm just going higher and higher. I'm going to joy, I'm going to love, I'm going to peace. I am vibrating at the same frequency as my soul. So I am reaching out to those souls that are going to help me, or the person who's going to be my partner, or the resources that are going to help me achieve what I want to achieve. So it's going to be repetition, feeling. If you can add visualization, amazing. You're going to receive your new reality much faster. You're going to shift it much faster if all 3 elements are there, because they just add more power to what you're already sending out there. Once you keep repeating that, I personally like to put it on a piece of paper, the statement, Either put it on my desk, because I do spend a lot of time on my desk, put it on the side of my car, like where I'm sitting to drive, I put it on the left side. So only I can see it. I don't want other people to see it and question me what that statement is doing there. If you spend a lot of time in the kitchen, you can put it in the kitchen, you can put it on the bathroom mirror, because what we want to do, we want to send a constant signal to our unconscious mind. Your environment is part of your unconscious mind. So if your environment is full of junk or clutter, you're going to feel so cluttered here. You're not going to feel clarity. That's why for some people, they first have to clean their room or their home or their desk for them to even focus, because the outer clutter creates inner noise. So when you're going to repeat it over and over and over, let's say it gets into the unconscious mind, your unconscious mind grabs it and say, okay, that is true. The signal that your unconscious mind sends out is so much stronger and always a winner than your conscious mind. Consciously, you're thinking, yeah, I want to be in a relationship. Unconsciously, you don't even believe that you can have one. So that really needs to shift, to take that limitation out of your life. And how long you should repeat it, it really depends how long it takes for your goal to become your reality. Some things might even take you 1 day. Some things might take you 7 days. Some things might take you a month, 3 months. The most recommended time by most of the mentors that I have studied with is 90 days. So that is 3 months. Whatever you want to do, that you want to make it part of your unconscious mind, do it till 90 days. Now, here's the thing. If you miss a day, if let's say you stopped at the 6th day, something happened, that is your unconscious mind sabotaging you. Start all over without guilt or judgment. We all have started a diet all over again on a given Monday, but we started from the bitterness. No bitterness. We want to stay in the feeling of joy, love, possibility, peace. Those are the energies that really shift what you really want. Otherwise, it's just gonna take you in the direction where you're going to create more frustration for yourself. That is where we can actually get to use our free will. We all have a choice in any given moment to feel any feeling that we want just by shifting our focus. Let's say, I'm just going to give you an example. Let's say right now I'm feeling very sad and I'm feeling really down, right? And then my cat comes and I start playing with my cat. So what has happened? My focus has shifted from whatever was bothering me to my cat. And all of a sudden, within a minute, I'm feeling very calm and relaxed. What happened? If the thing that bothered me was so big, how did I forget it? That is the free will we all have at any given time. If we switch our focus to something different, we can feel something different. And when we feel something different, we can create something different in our life. That's why there's a lot of preaching around being positive, being in a state of gratitude, connecting with that peace that is within us at all time, because those are the energies that create higher level of existence, because that is part of higher consciousness. And we as human are part of higher consciousness. We can tap into that, or we can go to lower consciousness if we like to go there. So once you, I'll just go through the steps. Finding where the struggle is, finding the limiting belief, shifting the limiting belief to more of an empowering belief, repeating it using your voice, saying it out loud, having a feeling attached to it, having an image attached to it. That is the potent formula to change your life, any area of your life. And you can do it over and over and over. And now that all this might seem like a lot of work to you, that why do I have to do that? You have to remember that the way your unconscious is programmed, it's programmed between 0 to 7 for survival. If you really have the desire, and every single one of us have that desire from our soul to share something to this world, to bring something from within us to this world, that is a level of thriving. That does require changing who you think you are right now and connecting with who you possibly can be. And that is all about shifting your limiting belief. I hope you found today's conversation enlightening and helpful. If you have any question, you can reach out to me anytime. If you want to have a conversation with me, you want to talk more about it, or you want to talk about going deeper into this work with me, you can just go to my website, aliajamalcoaching.com, and you can just book a call with me from there. And I will see you all next Thursday. Sending you so much love. Bye.